Hello, my loves. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Hello, ladies. Hello. Um, I am going to. Oh, that was loud. Hello, ladies. Hello, hello. So happy to be with you this fine Tuesday. It's so funny. I think my dress looks red, no? It's not. It's like very pink. It is so funny how the colors change from the camera, but it's not. It's like this color is so pink, like pink, pink. Hi, Dana. Hi, Sharon. It is not red, but it looks red to me right now, like really red. I love it so much. But no, it's not. It's really pink. Just like my nails are really pink right now too. You know, it does, doesn't it? It's so crazy. But hello, ladies. Hello, hello. Okay. Oh, happy Tuesday. Hi, Angela. Hi, Noreen. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Teresa. I hope all of you ladies had a wonderful Memorial Day, a wonderful weekend. I for sure did. We finished the challenge last week. I did a free 5-day challenge, which you know, ladies, I love those challenges. And thank you. Hi, Susan. And finished up the challenge. And then we closed the doors on Transforming and we welcomed in a whole new group of ladies, which I love so much. I love the new ladies. You know, ladies, I'm like this dress. I'm not going to tell you, ladies. I bought this dress a long time ago, actually, for one of the virtual events, and I haven't worn it because it's a little bit big. Like, literally, I have to roll the sleeves up. You know, when you order something, and sometimes it's just when it comes, it's like not the right size, and I didn't feel like turning it back. So today, I'm rolling up my sleeves, pushing my things back. Ladies, first world for I can't even speak. First world problems for sure. So, I have to say, my loves, it is just so fun to welcome in new ladies into Transform. We have our welcome call tonight, and I cannot wait to love these ladies up. And of course, hi Kim, hi Deborah, hi Kimmy. And I love all my ladies, and I love all of you ladies who are not in Transform. I'm so glad that you come here with me. I go live every 2 weeks. But if you're new to me, my name is Shannon Christensen. I am a certified life and weight coach, and I am also the CEO and founder of Beefly Coaching and Transform Weight Loss Program. And I just help women lose weight for the last time and to really love their bodies in the process and to learn to love the process on the way down so that it can be the last time they lose weight for good. So that's not this diet roller coaster of quick fix after quick fix and all the things. Hi, Sherry. So good to see you on here. Oh, thank you, Noreen. That is super sweet, my love. Right back at you. And so that's what I do. And, ladies, I, was on the diet roller coaster for, I don't know, 38 years, something crazy. I just was always looking for the quick fix, for the new diet plan, all the things. And then, I did all of it. I really did. Ladies, if we were together, you'd raise your hand too, like, yes, I've done all of it, Shannon. And so now I just help women lose weight in a way that they live, in a way that they can always do so that it's not this up and down, lose 5 pounds, gain 10 pounds, get excited, then feel frustrated, all the things. And so, tonight, I'm very excited because we are going to talk about feelings. And it's just a really important part of the journey of learning how to lose this weight for good. Now, I want to tell you, ladies, because tomorrow, my podcast, so every Wednesday, if you have not listened or subscribed to my podcast, you for sure want to. It is good. It's chocked full of information. I release it every Wednesday. Sometimes on Friday, I'll put this live on there. I used to do oldie lives, but now I'm just going to do it every other week and just do these lives. But every Wednesday morning, I release, and I really do try to keep them anywhere from about 8 minutes to maybe 20, maybe 25 is the longest, like for sure. Mostly they're like little 12-minute, 14-minute chunks so that you can quickly listen, tools, tips, inspiration, all of the things. So you want to listen to the podcast, you can go to bflycoaching.com/podcast. Tomorrow's episode is a special one. It's actually 22 minutes long. I know it's a long one. And I am going to talk about the 5 phases of weight loss. It's going to be so good. Hi, Deb. Hello, my love. It is going to be so good. So you do not want to miss tomorrow's podcast. Anywhere that you listen to podcasts. So if you listen like in iTunes, just search weight loss for successful women, or you can search my name. Because for sure you want to subscribe to the podcast. When you subscribe, basically I'm there every Wednesday, without a doubt. Every Wednesday morning, I am in your email box. So let's talk about some feelings, ladies. Let's do it. You ladies ready? Everything that we do, honestly, when you just like break it all down, everything that we do or everything that we don't do is because we want to feel a certain way. So for example, when this weekend, my grandkids spent the night, and it's full of love and joy and all the things, right? I love spending time with them because when I spend time with them, I feel love, I feel joy, excitement, all the things, right? And so I love it, right? Now, there are certain things, like for example, when I was, went through all of the emotion of, losing my mother and all the grief, there would be times where I didn't want to feel that. I didn't want to feel the pain of losing my mom. I didn't want to miss her. I didn't want to, feel those emotions. And so when I didn't want to feel something, when I didn't want to feel pain or sadness or loneliness, whatever it was, I would buffer with food. So I want to tell you, ladies, hi, Latrice. I want to tell you, ladies, hi, Deanna. I want to tell you, ladies, a story about a little bit about my life a few years ago. And this was, after I had lost my mom and I was, starting this work again, right? I had started it, then our mothers got ill, our mothers passed, and then, my loves, I was in the grief. And then shortly thereafter, at the time, hi, Andrea. Shortly after after losing my mom, we at the time were living in Utah, and some things happened in our personal life where we really needed to be in Phoenix, but my job was in Utah. So we hi Sonia, we started a kind of a commute back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so, my husband would be here in Phoenix. I would fly to Utah. I would work all week and, fly back on Thursday or Friday. And then I would do it all again. I'd fly back to Utah on Monday. I did this for a good many years. Or my husband, sometimes he would fly to Utah. I mean, it was a whole thing. I tell you this, ladies, because during those years, one of the things, especially when at the time I was like going through my teacher's program and I was starting to figure out this kind of weight loss and mindset and coaching and all of the things, but I was really lonely in Utah. So I would go to work all day, I would work all day, I'd come home, and then I would, he'd be in Phoenix and we'd FaceTime and all of those things, but it was lonely. I felt lonely. I wanted him there with me. I didn't want to be by myself. And, hi, MJ. And, I remember, just wanting to push down those feelings. And so I would want to go and get these sugar cookies. I would obsess about pizza. I would obsess about, they had these like sodas, and even though I'd get diet soda, still I was like obsessing about like going and getting these sodas and going and getting all of these different kinds of cookies that they had. And it was just this constant thing because, and I would do this from about 2 o'clock in the afternoon until on my drive home, I'd be negotiating with myself. And all of it was to keep my mind busy because I didn't want to feel the situation I was in. The situation I was in was I couldn't get back to Phoenix with my job. I didn't like being away from my husband, and I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't. I could. Do not get me wrong. I could have left my company. I had that decision, but the decision we made was I was going to continue to work at the company at the time I was working for. You always have a decision. It's just we didn't want those consequences. And so it made me feel like the feelings, the thoughts I had around it were like, I didn't want to be without my husband. I was lonely, right? Then I'd feel lonely. I don't want to feel lonely. I didn't want to sit at night and feel lonely and feel, all of those things. Hi, Julie. Hi, Nancy. And so I would just push down my feelings. I would push them down with cupcakes or, there's this little thing. I can't think of the name of it right now. Oh, shoot. Sweet Tooth Fairy. Yes, they had the cupcakes. Or I would go to Smart Cookie and get the sugar cookies. They even had this other little drive-through where you could get drinks and cookies. And so it was just a thing. And I would obsess, literally. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Susan. From 2 in the afternoon on until I, got home. And I was, again, still learning this work. So it was all a negotiation. It was just this mind obsession about, should I eat it? Should I not eat it? Should I put it on my plan? Should I, go off my plan? It was just all of this drama. And the reason why is because I didn't want to feel lonely. I didn't want to feel, also, I was still grieving my mother and my mother-in-law, and there was just a lot of things. My stepdaughter was having a really difficult time, and so I had a lot of feelings around that. I love her to pieces, and so there was just so many different things happening at a time. You ladies, this is life, right? This is life. Life is complicated, and so many times we just don't want to feel what's happening. And I can tell you, hi Lisa, hi Don, this is one of the most difficult things that I teach. And I work with ladies on this all the time in Transform Weight Loss Program, because learning how to connect with your body and actually feel a feeling, because we have been so disconnected from our bodies. We don't even feel feelings. We don't. We push them down with food. We we don't even feel joy and happiness at the levels, the higher frequencies, because we're so disconnected. We have put this layer of weight around our bodies and we just don't feel it. And I say this because, again, everything that we do is because we want to feel a certain way. But I want to just tell you, my loves, a feeling, a true feeling, it lasts in your body about 90 seconds. It's just a vibration in your body. And, I think about grief, the pain, the loss of my mom. That feels, my heart feels, it beats fast. My throat tightens a little. My face gets a little red. My stomach feels a little sick. That's how that feeling feels in my body. And what we do is we buffer. And so a buffer is where we put something in between our feeling, right, the thought, and a feeling to avoid the feeling. So buffers could be overeating, over drinking, overspending, over social media. I mean, ladies, we do all the things. There's so many ways that you can avoid it. Sometimes it's just over Netflixing. And how you know if it's a buffer is if it has negative consequences. You can, right, drink alcohol, or you could eat food. And if it doesn't have a negative consequence for you, it's not buffering, right? If we watch Netflix all of the time, and, if it doesn't have a negative consequence, it's not a buffer. But If it has a negative consequence, meaning you're avoiding something, you're disconnecting, you're carrying extra weight, you are, if you're over drinking and it's affecting your weight or your lifestyle or however it is, and it has negative consequences for you, maybe you don't feel as good or as energized, then it is a buffer. And, I want to give you a couple examples of how we buffer. So let's just say that, hi, Jennifer, we are, we're coming, like, we're actually out in the world now, some of us, seeing people again. And let's just say there was a party and, you wanted to go to the party, but you're an introvert like me, and I'm an introvert. And so you get to the party and you start feeling a little bit of anxiety, right? You start feeling a little anxiety because people are talking and, you're kind of, maybe you came by yourself and you're not quite sure. Have you ladies ever been in that situation? I totally have. And so you start to feel anxiety and you don't want to feel the anxiety. You don't want to feel like that kind of like stress. And so you grab a drink or you start to overeat. You're at the table because you need your hands to be busy because you don't want to feel anxiety. And so, that is where you're having a thought. I'm feeling nervous. I'm a little uncomfortable. And then it causes anxiety. And then you don't want to feel it. So you grab a drink, you grab extra food, you do something so that you don't have to feel the feeling. And, it's almost like we have, and ladies, you'll have to give me hearts. Tell me if this is you, my loves. But we keep pushing down. It's almost like there's this invisible hole that we just keep trying to fill it up. We just keep trying to, push all our feelings down, and we try to fill this invisible hole with food. And I did this for so long. I remember just feeling, all the emotions, honestly. And, especially too, if you have past trauma, you have, things going on, a very stressful time in your life, and you just, want to push those feelings down. And I tell you why this is so important. We can keep looking for a diet plan, a food plan, an exercise plan, something outside of us. But until we heal ourselves from the inside out, we'll never lose the weight for good. It'll just keep coming back. You'll keep dieting, you'll keep looking for plan B, you'll keep looking for all the things, and then the weight will just keep coming back. Because the only way to lose weight for good is to learn how to have awareness of your thoughts and behaviors and your self-sabotaging, and then being able to feel all the feelings without taking a negative action against yourself. So what I mean by that, it's kind of like, you, like, going back to my scenario of when I was living in Utah, right? I would, on the days that I was mind obsessing about sugar cookies and all the things because I didn't want to feel lonely, all of that mind obsession was a negative consequence because I was just thought looping over and over again. I had so much worry, and then I would stress. And then some days I would go and get the sugar cookies. And then I would eat all the sugar cookies, and then I would feel sick. That is a negative consequence. I would eat off plan, and then I'd beat myself up. It was just this, constant battle as I was learning the process that I teach you ladies today. And so I say this because, we will never be able to fill that invisible hole with food. And I am sure you've tried. Ladies, I tried. And I'm sure many of you can relate. No matter how hard we try, we cannot buffer a hole. And, again, we might have some past trauma that we're still trying to push down, but it just doesn't work. I like to use the example, hi Diane, of a beach ball. So if you take a beach ball into a pool, if you've ever taken a beach ball and you just keep pushing the beach ball down, it just keeps popping back up, popping back up. the harder you try to push it down, the faster it actually like rebounds and like hits you. Right? I've had this happen to me. And so it's kind of like feelings. The harder you try to avoid them, the harder you try to push them down, the more that you buffer, they just come out stronger. They come out like just a burst of emotion. It's kind of like how I think, ladies, sometimes have you ever just like broken down and you're just like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. Like, it was this very small thing, but it just like all this emotion came out because you've been trying to hold it in. You've been trying to push it down with food, but it doesn't work. So allowing a feeling is the only way to move through this. And really allowing a feeling so that you can feel a negative feeling in your body without taking a negative action, without buffering, without overeating, without over drinking or overspending, whatever it is that you buffer with. And this is important too, and I want to say this because this is important. If you don't allow negative feelings, if you don't allow them in your body and you don't allow them to be there, you're not allowing the good ones either, the positive ones. You're not feeling joy and happiness at the frequency that when you allow all the feelings that you have, that you will be, right? I think about my example I like to use is Jaxie, my little 4-year-old granddaughter. Like when she feels her feelings, she feels them. Like seriously, when she's happy, like her little body shakes, like when like she's so happy and you can just see it in her hands and in her, whole body, her feet, they're moving, right? Because she's feeling these feelings. Now, when she's upset, she feels those too and feels them all the way. Oh, no worries, Angie. And she feels those too all the way in her body. Why I say this is because to feel all your feelings and feel them all is why we're here. I tell you, the more I do this work, allowing myself to feel frustration and anger and sadness and grief, allowing myself to experience pleasure and joy and happiness at all the frequencies, it without buffering, so I don't feel them. I want to feel all of it. I know, ladies, because we do this to kids. We tell them, calm down. Don't show that too much, right? I mean, we were told that our whole lives. Be quiet. Don't do this. Don't show your feelings. Hide your feelings. Put it away. I'm just here to say, as an adult woman, don't run from your feelings. Feel them, my loves. Feel all of them. Feel the good ones and feel the bad ones. And when you start to feel a feeling, when you allow it, this is kind of how you do it, because I want to give you a quick, easy tip. This work, my loves, is work that takes time, it takes patience, and it takes a coach. But I'm going to give you a little quick way to feel your feelings. How you feel your feelings are you start to notice the thoughts, right? Like I'm having a thought about whatever, and I'm starting to notice something happening in my body, and then you go into your body. And what you do is you just start naming, how does it feel in my body? So, let's just say it's frustration. What does frustration look like in my body? And it could be something, like my hands are tight, or my pulse is high, or you start, really just going through your body. How are my shoulders? Oh, they're, tight. My lower back is hurting a little bit. Some of us carry it in our neck, right? My neck is hurting. Ooh, I have a little bit of a headache. You just start talking to yourself, naming how the feeling feels in your body. You can even give it a color, right? Like if I were to name this feeling frustration, it would feel kind of dark. It might feel like a brown or a deep brown or maybe a deep blue, right? You start naming what it feels like. This is how you get out of your head and you get into your body. Because my loves, we're in our brains, we're like literal robot heads walking around every day. And so how you get into your body is you literally just start, how does frustration feel? Okay, in my belly, it feels like this. In my hands, it feels like this. And you just do that and you test it. Because when you can start to feel feelings, you know, then you can identify the thoughts that are causing them. And my loves, when you can start to identify, oh, okay, so I am feeling loneliness and I can feel it. A feeling lasts about 90 seconds. And so I would start naming how loneliness felt in my body. Just start, right? And then I would allow that feeling to pass through my body. And this is the craziest part. When you allow a feeling to just pass through and you feel it all the way through, your brain just goes to the next thought. It just moves on. It just goes to the next thing. Sometimes you have to feel the feeling for a couple run throughs, I like to say. But it is like you will find that kind of negative feelings, you can feel them without taking negative action, without doing, eating the cupcake, without trying to push it down with food. And so learning how to feel a feeling is the next level of this work. And again, allowing a feeling, just take a deep breath and just stop and identify how it feels in your body. And then what will happen is the thought that's causing it will pop up, and then you'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm frustrated at, my spouse, or I'm frustrated at one of my kids, or I'm frustrated at whatever the deal is, right? And then you can just decide, is this what I want to think, or do I want to change it? And then you just move through it. When you start feeling your feelings without buffering, without overeating, you become unstoppable. And I tell you right now, when you listen to the podcast tomorrow, beeflikecoaching.com/podcast, or anywhere, I'm going to talk about the 5 phases of weight loss. Phase 4 and phase 5 is all about feeling your feelings. And I tell you, when you are in phase 5 and you're feeling all your feelings, this is where I'm at. And I'm telling you, you become unstoppable. You decide that you can do anything and that you can figure it out, that you can feel feelings, and that you don't have to fill that hole, because there is no way that you can fill that hole with food, because we've tried, my loves. So listen to the podcast tomorrow. Oh, yes, Angie, my love, I tell you. Feeling your feelings and allowing them, it really is life-changing. We have tried to avoid our feelings for long enough. We have tried all the quick fixes for long enough. Now I'm just saying, let's come into our bodies and experience all the feelings, positive and negative, and then the ones in between, the neutral ones too. All right, my ladies, I've got to go to my Transform Ladies. We have a live right now. I just love you, ladies. I wish you all the best. I will be right back here 2 weeks from tonight, same time, same place. Listen to the podcast. You can also take my free course, beeflikecoaching.com/ready. READY. And you can take the free course too. Lots of options for you ladies who are not in Transform. But all my Transform ladies, we've got a live and then we've got our welcome call. So, all right. Bye, my loves. Have a beautiful, beautiful evening. Oh, bye, my loves. I'm like, where's the end? Bye, love.